What happened to that film? Like, I don't remember anything about it.
Take that, dinosaur bones! So here's the thing about nudity.
Okay, well, we're doing a B movie, early 90s. I guess we should have some boobs in here somewhere.
I like watching these movies.
In a world separated from another world, an unspeakable evil has come to our world to rule the world. However, there is one man, Doctor Mordrid, who just might have the power to stop him.
Yeah, save us, Doctor Mordrid.
Save us, Jeffrey Coombs. Is it Coombs
Yeah.
or Combs?
I say Combs, you say Coombs. I thought maybe I was saying it wrong, but I think it's Jeffrey Combs.
You think so? Do you think I'm saying it wrong?
I do.
Oh, I'll switch.
So
Jeffrey
switch
Combs.
over. Jeffrey Combs plays Doctor Anton Mordrid. He's a wizard. He's sent to Earth by some entity called the Monitor. Reminds me of like Nanu Nanu guy when he was talking to the
Oh, Mork?
Mork. He's kind of like that, right?
Yeah, when he's talking to his homeworld.
Yeah, kind of like that, but he's sent by the Monitor like 150 years ago, and he's current day 1992, which is when this movie was released. He's posing as a criminal psychologist because then he can kind of maybe look around for this evil wizard Kabal, played by Brian Thompson, who I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, if you need a big, tough, mean-looking guy, Brian Thompson.
Yeah, which is funny because if you've seen interviews, he's a nice guy. I think he's from Washington State.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I think he's from, I don't remember where he's from, but
He's
yeah, you're
actually a
right.
delightful guy, but if you just see him, you're like, holy shit, that guy is scary. But he's
Yeah,
actually a nice
totally.
guy. But in the movies, he plays scary guys, and Cabal is a scary guy because he's looking for this stone and a bunch of like elements and stuff to complete a spell to open a gate to hell and have all his minions from the fourth dimension come and wreak havoc on Earth. So that's not good. So fortunately, Dr. Mordrid is here to stop him. In
No
the
relation to
meantime,
Doctor Strange, by the way.
well, it's a very Doctor Strange like movie, and I was looking into it. This was originally going to be Charles Band's Doctor Strange movie. So Charles Band directed this with his father Albert Band. Charles Band is like Full Moon, the king of Full Moon features, like B movie god. So, I guess it took them a while, or something happened where they lost the license to Doctor Strange from Marvel. So then they're like, well, okay, it's Doctor Mordrid now.
Yeah, I mean, we've basically got the movie, and we put all the work into the script. We might as well just make it and change the name, change a couple other things.
May as well.
Yeah.
So of course he's got this chick too. So he's lives in this cool apartment. Turns out he owns the thing. He's the landlord. That's how he kind of makes his money, aside from being a criminal psychologist. So one of his neighbors, she's also kind of a criminal psychologist, and she's trying to get all up in his life, trying to figure out who he is, because that's what chicks do in 90s B movie flicks. They try to figure out who the weird guy is.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, hello, I'm hot, and you're creepy and weird. I totally have the thing for you. I'm gonna try to get up into your space."
Yeah, so she figures out he owns the building, and then she figures out, well, he's a wizard from another realm. But stuff happens. He ends up in jail because they think he's the one doing all this weird shit.
All the murders.
Mm-hmm. But Samantha, played by Yvette Nipar, she breaks him out because she knows he isn't the one who's doing this stuff, and she wants to join him on his kind of crusade to figure out what Cabal is up to. That's it. Yeah. In the end, they have this stop motion Tyrannosaurus bones versus Mastodon bones, which is pretty cool. That's how they fight with each other. They're like, because we're wizards, man. We're not going to fight directly. We're going to animate museum bones. Tyrannosaurus versus Mastodon fight. Yeah, that's how they roll.
Which is so funny because it's like, okay, I'm gonna have my dinosaur bones fight your dinosaur bones, and now my dinosaur's bones beat your dinosaur bones. So now I guess we're gonna have to fight a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Well, you got to have something in there with some monsters or something
Good boss fight there,
because
guys.
yeah, because actually not a whole lot happens
No,
until then, really, if you think about it.
yeah. There's a YouTube channel and he does like fake movie trailers. Or no, pitch meeting is what it's called. It's called pitch
Oh.
meeting, and he does these fake pitch meetings, and there's kind of repeating themes in each one, and one of them is like, is the final fight like how difficult was it? Was oh, so that must have been a real challenge for him to beat the bad guy because Cabal's all bad and evil and totally powerful, and then the response is usually nope, barely an inconvenience. And and so if he were doing one for this movie, that would definitely be in there. But like, so the final boss fight, how was that? Oh yeah, he threw some spells around and then he beat him. Yeah, that's all there was to it.
Yeah. Not to give spoilers, but you can probably figure out what happens.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah, but it, so this was also riffed on Mystery Science Theater 3000, so you know what you're getting into with this one.
Hmm.
But we decided to watch this one. You actually came over to my place. We watched it like in person,
Yeah,
and so we had some snacks and we probably drank probably a glass too many of Cabernet Sauvignon.
yeah,
So we're watching Doctor Mordrid a little tipsy on the cab. Yeah.
yeah,
So this is a pretty good movie if you like to drink.
yeah. Exactly. A couple bottles of wine, you will love this film. Although,
Yeah.
although I was thinking about it like yesterday as we were planning for today, I'm like, oh crap, what happened in that film? Like I don't remember anything about it, and I had to actually think about it a little bit. And I watched the trailer, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember how this film went down."
Well, I don't know if it's because it was kind of slow or if it's because we were kind of tipsy or both, but I kind of forgot about it too.
It's like, who is it? Jeffrey? What's his name from the other
Yeah.
B movies? Yeah, that guy.
But we decided to watch this because Tubi has a whole library of just cult classics and B movies. So thank you, Tubi. Please sponsor us. But we
Absolutely.
decided to watch this one, remember, because we're both fans of Jeffrey Combs
Hmm.
and Brian Thompson. So who both have worked together in Star Trek.
Yep.
Like they've been in the same episodes of Star Trek before because they often play like Star Trek aliens. So we're like, hey, we like these guys, so let's watch this movie. Um,
And
and
the makers of it, Albert and Charles Band.
yeah, who are B movie gods, right?
Yeah, you need something from Full Movie Features,
Full Moon.
Full Moon. I mean, Full Moon Features,
Yeah,
B
I look at
movie from the
Charles
80s and 90s.
Band's IMDb page. It's you have to scroll and scroll and scroll, and it's B movie after shit movie after cult movie. He's Charles Band is a legend
Yeah.
for good or for bad. Like some of his stuff is like almost too bad. Robot Horse, but he's a legend, dude. So that's why we decided to watch this. And I don't know if you get together and you have maybe a few too many glasses of Cabernet. This is fun.
The stop motion stuff was fun as well, like with the dinosaur fight and the stop motion, the demons coming out of the demon jail that they were in.
Yeah,
That
the
kind of stuff
demon
was kind of
jail.
fun.
Yeah, so I don't know if I, so I think it's something to check. I'm glad we checked it out. Um, it's definitely watchable, but I don't know how I feel about it because I was kind of toasty, but I don't know. What do you think? Because we decided we weren't gonna tell each other what
Yeah.
we thought of it until we reviewed it.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it was forgettable and it does have some pretty ridiculous bits, like the cops shooting at the dinosaur bones. It's like,
Take that,
uh,
dinosaur bones.
come on, you're dinosaur bones that came back to life, so I'm going to shoot you with my little pistols. That'll stop you.
And then when you run out of ammo, you just throw the gun like they always do.
Yeah.
Take that, dinosaur bones.
And it has a completely unnecessary boob shot where the what's his name, the bad guy, like kills the one girl that's like one of his slave girls or something like that. Remember?
Right, because he has a little gang of minions,
Yeah.
and they're kind of like these gothy people who kind of worship him. So they're kind of like the people your grandma thought you'd be if you watch Dungeons and Dragons or whatnot. Kind of these demon worshiper people.
Yep. And so she sacrifices herself for him, but for some reason needs to be nude in order to do it.
So here's the thing about nudity. I'm all down for boob shots and
Me too,
nudity if it
totally.
works.
Hmm.
Like when I watch these uh Barbara Crampton movies and she's got her nudity in it, and it's kind of works because it's this cheesy movie and it's got her nudity and it's prolific. But this, yeah, you're right. It was just kind of there, and then you never see any boobs again.
Yeah.
And I'm of the thing of, if you're gonna show boobs, then show boobs. Like, show more boobs then, because you just have that one shot with the nudity and that was it.
Yeah.
You didn't really need it
It was
unless you did it more, because if you're gonna be gratuitous, go for it. Otherwise, don't bother.
exactly. It's like, okay, well, we're doing a B movie, early 90s. I guess we should have some boobs in here somewhere. It's like, okay, here's our boob shot.
Yeah, and I didn't know Jeffrey. I didn't know this movie. I didn't know Jeffrey
Mhm.
Combs was in it.
No.
So I'm glad I watched it for that. And he's interesting because in this one, he's the hero. And most of the things, he's just kind of the weird, creepy guy. And he's still weird and creepy
He's
because
weird and creepy in this. Yeah.
he's kind of this wizard guy he's weird and creepy, but he's interesting because he's actually a handsome guy. But he also looks creepy no matter what he does.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to hear from our viewers, like, what do you think? Is he an attractive guy? Would you totally like be like that chick in this movie and kind of like figure out what he's all about because you're kind of attracted to him? You know what I mean? Because he's kind of a handsome guy, but he's creepy too. I don't know. Like, is he an attractive guy? Is he someone that you maybe want to like get to know?
It's a good question. Ladies, let us know. Let us know.
Like, what
So,
if you were on a date with Jeffrey Combs, like, and you were at the wine bar and you were looking over at him and he's just kind of talking? How would you feel? Like, I guess that just interests me because this is the first time I ever seen him like as a hero, right? Like the main hero lead.
yeah, that's true.
And it works because he's also a creepy hero, so that it works for him.
Hmm. We need a creepy hero, Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah. And if you need a super like scary bad guy, Brian Thompson.
Exactly. You need an asshole cop, Jay Avacone.
Yeah, it works. So I really like the cast in this movie, which is why I think we picked it. We're like, yep, like them, like them, like them. Charles Band, yep, yep, yep.
Okay, so to the thumbs up, the thumbs down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard one because it probably doesn't deserve it, but I am going to go thumbs up. It's Jeffrey Combs, it's Brian Thompson, it's the bands, it's it's right up their alley for all of them, cheesy. So I'm going thumbs up, but if it were on and I was flipping through the channels, I probably wouldn't stop and watch it. I'd keep flipping.
I'm with you. I'm going to give it a soft thumbs up. And that's only probably because we were drinking. So that's what tipped it over to a soft thumbs up, because if we weren't drinking, it might have been a soft thumbs down. So if you're going to watch this movie and you partake,
Bottle of wine.
Probably should partake, and then you'll enjoy it more.
Exactly.
They should make some dark
wine.
Yeah, they should make some Doctor Mordrid brand wine with him with his crazy powers on the cover, like Captain Mordrid, Washington State, Columbia Valley, Cabernet Sauvignon.
But it was cool that we were drinking magician wine. Do you remember what the name of the wine was?
Oh yeah, it was. You had brought it.
Neil Patrick Harris on it.
He was a magician. It has Neil Patrick Harris, and he's a magician. And you brought that. Did you know that you?
No.
Did you make the connection?
Well, I just now made the connection that we were
Oh,
drinking
that's
wine
so
that had a musician on it while watching the
a
film
magician. It had Neil Patrick Harris as a magician.
as a musician on the wine. It was like, magician wine thing called, hold on, I have it right here actually. Uh, Sleight of Hand Sellers and The Conjurer. So with Neil Patrick Harris as a magician, The Conjurer, drinking sleight of hand Sellers wines, watching Doctor Mordrid. That's
That
the
was a
way to do
complete
it.
coincidence too, because we didn't choose it until you came, and you happened to
Oh,
bring this Neil Patrick Harris, the Conjurer magician wine, and then we watched Doctor Mordrid. Do you have the bottle? Show the
uh,
bottle.
no, but I'll flash a picture on the screen. Uh,
Okay. All right. So for the three people watching this, here's your assignment: go get a bottle of that Conjurer Neil Patrick Harris magician wine. Go to Tubi. It's free. Drink some wine. Watch Doctor Mordrid, and you'll give it a thumbs up too. I like watching these movies.